those numbers
Hello?
up.
Really?
I'm sorry. I was holding that on so long. I can't. I wanted to get those numbers up so bad.
One day I'm gonna make you stare at naked women, you gay bastard. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Token Podcast Life Stories. I'm your host and sometimes referee, the friendly neighborhood Zach Stat Pearson. And today I'm joined by he who hasn't been seen on the channel in 3 months, often imitated, never duplicated, impersonator of Bane himself, a 1TM3.
Hello. No, I'm not even good at that anymore.
No,
But,
you are. It's
what's
just you
up?
still can't do it without making yourself laugh, which I ain't mad at you. The shit's funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
And today I'm joined by the eventual pain in my ass before I even got started this episode, already catching shit for her. A one, Robin.
I didn't even do anything today. How you already catching shit?
Let's just say I had a very fucked up phone conversation. Moving on. The fuck was that noise?
Don't worry about it.
It's a bad response. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it later, TM3. Let's just say there's an assumption based on throat assault that happened. I'm still paying for it. So it's long. I'll tell you later. Moving on. So today,
It's long. Throat assault. Yeah, there's two words that don't go together.
yes.
Choking? Is that choking? Is that what throat assault
I mean,
is
if they don't
supposed to
choke,
mean?
you should be proud or scared. You know.
See, this is half the reason I get in trouble, because people have made up their own image of shit that went down to the point where it doesn't matter what I say. They prefer whatever was funniest in their head.
I like my in-game head cannon.
No, I'm dead ass serious, bro. That's exactly what the fuck it was. I literally have.
I need further context.
I know. Put it this way. I have a story that's the literal embodiment of karma/revenge for me making short girl puns. And I can't get rid of it because a short girl won't fucking let me because she thinks the shit's funny. But
That's payback.
Good for her.
Karma.
hey, Rangiku?
Hmm?
Have I ever told you how beautiful you are when your mouth is closed?
Oh, it's a good thing my mouth is never closed. I'm just constantly talking shit.
You're not even the one who did the shit talk. Oh my god. I just want to smother you with a fucking pillow. Anyways, so, alright, this is technically a 3-part saga, but I am not trying to inflate this thing to 3-part sagas. We already have the military shit that's going to be a 5-part saga, and we've only done 2 parts. But luckily, all these stories are short, but combined together, they make a long story. So, we ain't got to worry about a time issue. Now, that being said, just a quick reminder. Again, I don't care about interjections. Just don't make them too frequent. If you have a dumb joke or pun you want to make, keep them very sparse, because I'd rather spend time thinking about the story and not losing my place than thinking about throwing your midget ass into a fucking sandwich and then making you call yourself an idiot sandwich.
Why do I feel like this is very targeted?
Hey, TM3, how tall are you again?
I'm 6'2".
Damn it, because it is.
So yeah, of the many things I've dated or been accused of dating, much to my fucking annoyance, especially today, holy shit, FBBs have come up from time to time, because unlike the rest of the world, I didn't hide my shit and then magically cop to it when it got popular sometime around, 2010. I was like straight through, nah, I'm down. Now, note for any potential dumbass statements coming out of anybody who sees this shit later and is going to text me about it. No, FBBs are not the only thing I've dated. Just like goths aren't the only things I've dated. Just like emo girls aren't the only thing I've dated. Okay? I've dated more than one type of woman. I'm usually going by personality, not looks or build, Because I can promise you, unfortunately speaking from experience, 9 times out of 10, if they have a combination brain power, looks, and build, or even 2 out of the 3, I'm probably dealing with a sociopath who's decided a man's job is to serve her, not being a, actual relationship with, shared and equal interest in one another. No, I will not be going into a long-winded life story about that at a later date. Let's just say I learned the hard way and keep it at that. However, there's some weird shit that's happened with my friend group, not just today, but for like the past 10 years, who've decided if they meet or see any of my girlfriends or ex-girlfriends, depending on what her theme and aesthetic is, that must be the only thing I date, which actually kind of bothers me with a lot of other people, because if that's how you think I date, just by seeing one person, why do I think you're one of those people that dates the same person indefinitely and doesn't realize it? Very dark. Very dark. But I digress. So, the origin to that interest relies in the very, very fucked up nature of, kids' cartoons. I know a lot of people like to blame solely Japanese cartoons for having random bits or giant, ridiculous amounts of smut. Stop saying fan service. Fan service is technically a PG-13 term. Call it what it is. Kid smut, or eroticism that features or is directly involving children or underage teenagers. However, on the North American side, shit was a little bit different. It was really only 3 cartoons that did some shit like that. It was the Ninja Turtles, and another one was She-Hulk. She-Hulk activated me. That show was not supposed to be as dirty as it was, but it was. And I'm talking about from episode 1. When you see She-Hulk transform, they show you her shadow against a wall, and the first thing they show you is her tits getting bigger and her ass getting bigger. And this is like a full, almost 60-second sequence. So someone purposely did this. She also brings up her ass and how firm it is in a bunch of episodes. And on top of it, sometimes when she sits on stuff and leaves an imprint, she examines it. This is supposed to be a kid's show.
Wow. Okay, so can you link me that? Like
Stop pretending you're straight.
For research.
It doesn't work when you do it. No, I'm still salty about your comment earlier, fuckboy. But yeah, that's what they did. This was, and again, what did I say? This is the first fucking episode. I'm gonna try to pull it up, not because you asked me to, but because people don't believe me when I say how fucked up it is. I believe I am 8 when I saw this, maybe 7. Bare minimum, I gotta be. She-Hulk transformation SAT Saturday morning. I don't know why the world decided. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me see.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dark Arm Duels, and
No one asked you, Dark Arm Duels. Go away. See, copy video link. Take a look at this. Tell me that's not fucked up. It's only 30 seconds, but tell me that's not fucked up. I have to mute it for, monetization or just getting the full video out purposes. But just watch how it flows down her veins, and you would think, oh, her skin's just going to change color. Then a shadow shows up, and then all of a sudden, hey, look, her everything just got bigger.
Mommy.
See?
Cartoons were a mistake.
No, they were not. Just some of them. Just some of them.
You weren't around. Why are you talking?
Listen, I still watched them. I still know what they did.
Actually, come to think about it. What the fuck? Wait. How old are both of you?
I'm 27.
Rangiku, how old are you?
You've known me for 9 years and you don't know how old I am?
Listen, I've saved you from a fate worse than death I can't explain today. I promise you. Of all the things I can and have done for you that you'll actually fucking listen to, I assure you that your age was not one of them.
You know what? That's fair. I'm 28.
Ain't there some shit? Neither one of you motherfuckers was even around for that smutty shit. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't
I watched
that.
more of those than the ones coming out.
I ain't mad at you. I think I told all my friends, like, I do like Japanese cartoons, but if I see one more cartoon where the main character is in high school for no fucking reason, I'm immediately just gonna start burning books or some shit just to get more entertained. There's literally no reason why the main characters have to be under the age of fucking 18 in half the fucking shows. I thought it was because they want to save money on animation, so they have the characters have a reason to wear the same outfit because, that would be smart. No, that wasn't the reason. They're just fucking lazy.
I thought it was because of the restrictive nature of the culture, so being able to draw themselves in a way where they can be free and have colorful hair. I thought that was the idea.
Yeah, we all lied to ourselves. Don't get me wrong, they are overworked and underpaid, literally. But it's primarily because the fucking original manga artists had a lot of shit's based off of. They're not putting in effort. They're just, they basically said, fuck it.
Phone it in.
Moving on. So yeah, that's how I got activated. And then at the same time, like a year and a half later, China Doll, was getting popular because China Doll was basically the first female wrestler that was, mainstream that people considered a good wrestler. Now, for those of you who are thinking about, well, what about that other lady, Sable? No, Vince McMahon basically wanted to fuck the dude he was signing wife, so he kept giving her a bunch of benefits. She was never a professionally trained wrestler. She didn't even get her career until she just showed up with her husband the day he signed the contract. I'm not fucking joking. China was different. She's actually got titles that certain men have never had. So, yeah. Not gonna go into too much more detail because, well, I'm pretty sure Rangiku don't need to hear that shit. Moving on. So I didn't actually have a lot of FPB friends. I had one friend who was named Jessica. And yes, I'm aware I know too many people named Jessica, but this is a Jessica. I usually call her Buff Jessica or Fitzica, which she wants me to call her, but I feel like that just sounds too fucking weird. But when I met her, she was, I don't know, we're gonna say for the purpose of this conversation, she was 5'5" and she was 200 pounds. She was a definition of crossing the line between chubby and morbidly obese. Like, doctors told her, hey, you need to calm down.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't have a joke in there. So, sorry. Throwing some chicken, it almost fell.
Should have been me.
Anyways, so, one summer, me and her got to talking. She hadn't seen me in a while, and we were just gonna hang out and do some shit. This was back when people actually hung out at malls. Damn you, Amazon. So, in particular, now y'all might figure out who I'm talking about. Or I guess there's no way for him to own up to it or some shit. But, we were going through the mall. I believe it was, at the time it was called Chicago Ridge Mall or Northwestern Mall. It was a mall, and I can't remember where it was, but it was someplace not too far from where I lived over on Kedzie, 83rd and Kedzie. And she sees me, and she did this thing that a lot of my friends did when I first came down from weight, which I know it's meant to be like a positive, but it comes out a little bit awkward when a bunch of them do it, where they see me, then they look at me and they stop, and then they basically have this "where's the rest of you" face because they can't believe I'm so much smaller, and then they just immediately start patting my belly. Like they're looking for some secret latch they can find to, like, turn the fat back on. And I'm just thinking to myself, I swear to God, if I was a girl, y'all would not even dream of doing some shit like this to me. You know how much trouble I would be in if I went up to one of my fucking no longer chubby female friends and I just went around, let me feel your belly. Like, that's not gonna end well. So breathe, TM3, breathe.
I was just like, just sigh of like, damn, you right?
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, listen, you want to go chill and hang out. And we got to talking. She told me like, doctor says she's a pre-diabetic. And I was like, are you serious? We're not even 30. Like we're barely old enough to drink, and you almost you're declared a pre-diabetic almost. Okay, I'm like, hey, do you want some help with this stuff? Like, what's going on? So we got to talking. I basically gave her some words of encouragement. I told her, make sure you know the difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist. One's got a degree and one's actually a fucking, a medical person. And, don't forget that even though cardio doesn't really burn fat, it helps with your heart health. Because what's the point of, losing 100 pounds if you still die a week later? Oh yeah, you can fit in your coffin now. No, you got to make sure your heart health is good too. And that's what a lot of people forget. Apparently, according to, medical statistics, especially women, there are a lot of women who consider themselves healthy because they came down 100 pounds, not realizing that, oh shit, my diet had to change more too. It's not just eat less fatty foods. And it has to be a permanent change. Plus, unfortunately, the world over, a lot of doctors have trouble recognizing the female heart attack because unfortunately, we taught doctors for a long time to believe and think that the female heart attack symptoms are identical to a male heart attack. They're not. They're fucking not. And we also haven't looked into, trans people on hormonal stuff. Well, we haven't studied it in detail. Trans people on hormonal stuff, what are their heart attacks like? But the symptoms are completely different. Minus, of course, death. So I don't see her again for a year. Now, this is a friend who I don't have on social media. We have each other phone number and we have game stuff and email. So speed forward to going to GameWorks one day. Now, for those who probably don't have it in their state, GameWorks is basically an arcade company and entertainment plaza that partners with companies like Sega and Capcom to have machines that you pretty much can't find anywhere else in there. And occasionally they got some Star Wars big ass VR machine type stuff too. It's basically Dave and Buster's on crack, but there's only like maybe 2 in a state, never like more. And I go there, right? Because she asked me, did I want to go? Now, I don't think this is a date under any circumstances. I'm not making an assumption. So I go, I invite 2 of my friends, and they was like, oh yeah, I know Jessica. I fucking miss Jessica. And I was like, hey guys, this is the Jessica we're talking about. I was like, what's that supposed to mean, Zach? Let's make sure we're all talking about the same Jessica. Cause like many of my friends, we don't know a lot of each other's last names. It's kind of weird because back in my mom's day, she would always tell me, no matter how old you get, you never know all your friends' middle names, or you never even learn more than maybe 5 or 6. Now I think we're at a point where some people, they don't even know their homies' last names. But I realize that we're not talking about the same Jessica. So we still go and we just say, okay, well, come meet our friends and we're all going to chill and hang out and shit. Now I've been to GameWorks a couple times and I know where some of the cool machines are. And I tell them, hey, there's this thing Sega made, right? Where you're basically ducking and hiding behind cover. And your goal is just to shoot from cover before all the cover's gone. And all you do is move left and right and you got to shoot them. I was like, well, that's some like 90s action movie shit right there. So I was like, okay, well, let's go look for that. And then I got a text and she told me where she was in the building. I was like, okay, well, she's en route. So I go and she's in this giant Star Wars machine, the one where you're in that spaceship, the TIE fighter or whatever. And she steps out of it and she walks directly in front of us and stops. And we don't know it's her. And I just go, ma'am, are you lost? Yes, I was looking for 3 bitch boys. I think I found them. So then I just look at her and go, I would compliment you for how much weight you lost, but you decided that you wanted to be a Jessica about everything. So instead, I'm just going to give you head pats because you're shorter than me and I know how much short people hate it when I give them a head pat. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. And of course, she hated that shit. And then she said, I'm going to squeeze your stomach one day. By the way, I did not know how to interpret that till 2 years later. You're going to understand why once we get further along in this story. So I was like, hey, how you doing? This is such and such and such and such. They're over here Google-eyed, basically trying to like get her. Take that how you will. I don't know if they meant date, one night stand. I don't fucking know. So, fucking, I just go and I'm just like, okay, let's do stuff. Blah, 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 blah. How you been? I'm happy for you. What's that cardio looking like though? Right? And she's guiding us over to this area where, we can put our coats in. I was like, did you like reserve something? I was like, yeah, it's my birthday. I was like, oh my God, I feel bad now. You didn't tell me it was your birthday. It's like, how dare you forget my birthday? And well, I basically told her what I said not 5 minutes ago. Why the fuck do y'all act like y'all even told me y'all birthdays? So we go in there, there's and this is when like vegan shit was newish. There was a cauliflower pizza and a vegan pizza in there, and like 3 or 4 of the girls. Now I don't remember all their names, but for the purposes of this conversation, the one who annoyed me most will be named Robin. The one who annoyed me the least, I will call Rangiku. And the one who didn't annoy me at all, her name is Kelly, so I'm just going to call her Kelly. Then there's Jessica, of course. Maybe there was a 5th one. I don't know. Whoever that was, they was fucking crying. And I mean, they all are dressed in stereotypical, I'm pretending like I don't know I'm in gym clothes and wearing them as a fashion statement when I don't plan to go to a gym probably all this week, or at least for the day. Like, they actively chose to come outside in gym clothes knowing that they were going to go party. I don't know when that started, but I feel like they were the pioneers of that shit. So we get to talking, and we thinking about fun things we can do as a group, because there's too many of us, or things we want to take turns doing. And TM3, I'm sure you've seen it. We don't know the name for it, but we just call them the punch machine. There was a punch machine.
Yeah.
Right? So they said they wanted so one of them found it, ran back, said, hey, there's a punch machine. And they all gasped and ran off. So me, Eric, and Ted look at each other like, oh, well, fuck it, might as well. So we go follow them. It was the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. Let me tell you, bro, they didn't break the machine. Do you know why they didn't break the machine? Give you one guess each.
They didn't hit it?
They weren't strong enough.
Okay, well, Rangiku got the closest. They were too fucking short. So if they wanted to hit this thing, they would have to get a running jump start or jump in place and trot out back and hit it with the back and the bottom half of their fist, which I don't think it was meant to really be hit like that. Right? So we just straight up started laughing because we knew immediately when we saw it, they ain't gonna reach that shit. And then, unfortunately, Jessica saw me getting ready to start laughing. And as we know, like with many women who are under 5'5" and are currently in California, she could not handle the concept of me enjoying her suffering. So she just pulled me, not saying anything, and then she says, lift me. And then she puts her arms up like a little kid trying to get picked up. And I'm just like, so you're facing the wrong way. Then when she turns around, I'll pull Ted over, and I imply, Ted, you're gonna do it. I ain't gonna fucking do that shit. I'm not giving her the satisfaction. And then, I shit you not, she said it with the most confidence I've ever seen of someone who wasn't drunk. She said, no, you're stranger danger. Go get Zax. What? Also, I'm like 2 inches to the left. He doesn't really have to go get me. She could have turned and said, no, you're doing it. I don't know him. But she looked at this man and said, no, you're stranger danger. Who the fuck talks like that? At least when you're in your mid-20s. So
You don't just casually talk about stranger danger?
As a guy, I guess we don't. We're supposed to be, no stranger can really hurt us, kind of, attitude kind of thing.
I mean, he ain't wrong. I go down the street.
It is a joke, but it is kind of a serious.
Yeah, like I go down
We
the
don't
street.
get that.
I go down the street. I don't get scared someone's gonna come behind me and jump me. I get scared if the whole entire neighborhood is white, because I don't know who isn't racist in this white ass neighborhood, or if there's gonna be some random woman who comes out and decides, hey, all those stereotypes that I look and listen to from, murder mysteries and actual crime murders is true. I wonder which description this guy fits, and then automatically assume because I'm walking on the same side of the street, I want to murder them. By the way, that's happened numerous times.
Same.
Yeah.
It's very.
My favorite part is like they never apologize. They act like you did something wrong.
Because they were scared. They can't get it out of their head that they were wrong because they were scared.
Exactly. It's like, I'm not telling you not to be scared. I'm telling you, motherfucker, you don't get to be an asshole or potentially get me murdered because you're scared. But no, that doesn't register.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Bro, I swear to God, we'll be here all day. Let's not bore Robin to death. Bro, we could do episodes and episodes on shit like that. Anyways, so everyone around started laughing. And Jessica's like, why are they laughing? It's like, you just called and I whisper in her ear, you just called a grown-ass man stranger danger. Like, well, I don't know him. That doesn't mean that it's not a weird-ass term. You never said stranger danger? Not when I hit puberty. So then she started laughing while I'm picking her up. I'm like, hey, don't do that. So we almost had a wardrobe malfunction because, you're not supposed to really jiggle if you're going to be in whatever the fuck they call those tops that don't cover up anything other than boobs. I want to say crop top, but apparently there's more than one type. I don't know. So she started.
Crop top is a good coverall.
So
I mean, coverall term, clearly not coverall clothing.
Hey, you the professional in this situation. So I'm just like, hey, don't do that, because even though I'm holding the bottom half of your rib cage, when you jiggle and vibrate, you almost made your fucking top come off because I'm still holding you, and now it would automatically have lifted it up. Right? Like, some people could have caught some underboob, but I pulled it down fast enough. And then she's like, sorry, my bad. And I pull her up, and then she does this weird motion, and she hits it. Shit you not. Fucking Ted and... Damn it, did I forget the other guy's name?
Eric.
Yeah, thanks. Ted and Eric just started, like, doing that Muttley from Wacky Racers, like, I'm trying to hide that I'm laughing laugh. It's not because they didn't hit it hard. It's because it looks stupid as hell. Because you got a picture. I'm not even 6 foot at this point. I'm like 5'8", maybe 5'9". I'm picking this girl up who's like barely younger than me. And I look like I'm one of those parents picking up their kids so they can see a menu. Right? And she just goes, eh. And she hits it. And she did pretty good. Like, I know they go up to 9,999, but realistically, most people do like 800 or less. She did like 580, which is pretty respectable for someone that tiny. So then the rest of her friends don't know him. They come up around me like some little kids when they see ice cream or pizza. Hey, I want to go next. Pick me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then I pretend I have to go to the bathroom because I have to die laughing because this shit's hilarious to me. So I come out, and thank God, I guess they got comfortable with Eric. So Eric did one of them, and then Ted did one of them, and then I did the last one or two, right? So then we have fun the rest of the night, right? Now I was just thinking, well, that's a pretty lame story. There had to be something else that happened. Yes. So we're getting ready to leave. Like, we're heading downstairs. Shit you not. Bottom of the stairs. This drunk dude looking like he was heading to the bathroom because the bathroom was behind and a little bit under the staircase. This drunk dude, right? Stops dead ass. And I'm just like, and Ted bumps me. He's like, hey, watch this guy. I was like, okay. Now he's not standing up straight, so I don't even think, something malicious is going to happen. We get downstairs, and first thing out this dude's mouth is like, man, I miss She-Hulk, bitches. Ain't enough of y'all. I was like, I see you've made a very terrible decision, right? I don't even think I have to lift a finger. Do I think they're going to jump this dude? No, but I know for a fact, 2 of them can heat. Unlike Robin, they are assassins at this shit. So I'm just sitting down wishing I had some popcorn on the staircase like, oh, I'm about to get me a free show. Yay! So this one girl, I don't even know which one of them it was, but we're just gonna call her for the purpose of this conversation Rangiku. She puts her hands
You
together.
already said somebody was Rangiku, though.
No, this is the person I'm referring to because I don't know her name.
Oh, okay.
So she puts her hands together and she starts doing the most. This is what black girls do right before they thinking about beating the shit out of your ass. She starts clapping when she says, "No, you didn't just say that, boy." And then the other one goes, "Oh, no, honey. This is a fuck boy. You obviously drunk, so you need to go sit your ass down somewhere. Because if I have to heat your ass, I'm going to burn you." I was like, well, I mean, it's kind of... I'm thinking in my head, well, I mean, yeah, if you heat him, you're going to burn him. Maybe she was trying to go for a pun, but it came out kind of lame. I don't say this out loud because, again, I'm enjoying the show. So then Ted starts laughing, right? And I'm just like, Eric. And then Eric looks at me like, you wasn't lying. They do know how to... He's like, yeah, I told you. Because I had brought them up earlier because I recognized one of them. I just don't remember the name. I was like, yeah, they can legitimately heat, right? Shit you not. Ted is the closest person to him. Eric is leaning back on the staircase like he taking a model picture in a Calvin Klein magazine. I'm chilling on the staircase like I'm fucking Ice Cube and Chris Tucker and Friday wishing I had some popcorn. I'm looking dead at fucking Eric when he says that. Dude walks past Ted, all the fucking girls, to bitch slap Eric and try to kick me in the throat. Reminder, we're not the ones who said anything, right? So the next thing I hear is, oh hell no. And it wasn't Rangiku. Pretty sure it was Robin. Robin jumped off one of the stairs, off the staircase. She grabbed the railing and jumped up, got on this dude's back, shit you not, started choking him. Then two of them went over to his left leg and they just started trying to lift him off the ground. They got him off the ground. I don't know what they were yelling at him, but they were slapping him and stomping him at the same time. And I'm talking to Eric, and you know, like I sound a little hoarse because I damn near got kicked with a hard ass boot in the throat. And I'm like, Eric, you okay, bro? And it's like, yeah, you sound like you've been smoking like Marlboros your whole life, man. It's like, yeah, it hurts, but this is really funny. And then Ted's laughing the hardest, and I'm like, Ted, the fuck's wrong with you? I thought he was gonna, and he starts imitating me. I thought he was gonna hit me, bro. I was like, Ted, when my voice heals up, I'm gonna chop you in the neck. And then he goes, now you know damn well you can't catch me, motherfucker. I was like, Ted, fuck that voice. I start laughing, and it hurts to laugh, right? So I end up being hoarse for like 2.5 days. You know, they call me to see how I'm doing. And what is it? Rangiku comes over to check on me because, well, turns out me and her just happen to live 4 blocks away from each other. So she could basically almost see my place from, you know, her front entrance. So me and her got to talking, and she cooked me dinner that night. And for the record, no, that's not a code word. I didn't tell her to do it. She offered. I wasn't about to bitch. Now, that's kind of funny. Now we go to the part 2 of the saga. It has now been, I don't know how many years since the incident, but first year I got back from the military, which was 2015 or 2016, right? I'm walking past a Planet Fitness, considering, you know, joining Planet Fitness. Every single person I know gives me shit for using Planet Fitness, but I don't fucking care that much. It's a gym. And I'm contemplating going in, but there's also a Target next door and I want to look for some Amiibo. So I go look for some Amiibo first. I go in there, and then when I'm squatting down in the Nintendo Switch section, some lady bends down and says, hey, can I help you with anything? And then I just hear a rip sound and I look at her. And I'm like, I know you. So she stands up. She doesn't say anything. She starts crying. And I immediately handed her my coat. She bent down, ripped her fucking pants. It was Rangiku. Right? Felt so bad for her. So I said, hey, listen, if you want, I can just go run to, like, you know, the women's section and buy you something. And she says, yes, thank you. She's trying not to cry. She says, I'm going to hide in the background, but when you get close, come knock on the back of the employee entrance. Because, you know, in a Target, the employee entrance ain't really an employee entrance. It's big-ass freight doors that they pull shit out of from the back. So I knock on it really hard, and I hand her these pants, right? And out of nowhere, some fucking security guard tackles me. And then he woke up a few hours later when the cops got there. No, I'm serious. That's what happened. So Rangiku was still getting buffer. Like, y'all see that gif of China going in the background, right? I want you to add damn near 20 more pounds of muscle. She's white, so depending on where the light is, she had big ass dark muscle shadow lines. Like she was a Street Fighter character back when they had used harsh dark ass lines to show muscle definition. She, bare minimum, she told me she was 30 pounds more than when I last saw her. And I promise you, it was all muscle. I was not going to ask were the boobs fake because I'm a fucking gentleman when they're not an asshole. And fucking, I was just like, hey, you did really well. You look really nice. Cool. Congrats. Blah, 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 blah. And then later on that day, she says, hey, listen, I want to make sure I pay you back, blah, blah, blah. This is where I'm at. You know, can you come through at some point? I was like, hey, I can come through in a few days. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Neither one of us fucking realized we could see if each other had PayPal. But at the same time, you know, PayPal wasn't new, but it wasn't a commonly held belief that everyone and their mom had PayPal, right? And also, I mean, I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna get a free meal out of it. She don't cook better than me, but she ain't a bad cook. So I was like, it is what it is, right? So I'm walking down the street. I get to her place. I say, hey, can you like just stand outside on the porch or something? It's hard to explain to new white people. I'm not safe in your safe neighborhood. I need you to come out in case somebody decide that they want to challenge me because they decided I don't belong there, which again has happened billions of times. And then she waves at me. So I go and run over there, right? She comes down, hey, thank you for yesterday. And I actually see her arms. I'm like, mother of God, what the fuck? It literally looked like lightning struck both her arms because all I saw was thunder veins or lightning veins. Like, she literally looked like she put on body armor and didn't take it off for like years. The girl was built. And she had her six pack out. Would I have preferred 8? Absolutely. But am I going to complain about 6? Hell no. I don't get people who complain about that shit. That's like getting a girl with tiggle bitties, but then you mad that she got tiny hands. Shut the fuck up. I actually know someone who did that. I'm still salty about it. That was so stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. He can't be happy with what the fuck he got. Anyways. Oh, she break up with his ass. I come outside and I hope I can pull it up. I don't know if I can. We start talking and I begin to tie my shoe, right? And then I pause. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, yo, Rangiku, pull out your camera on your phone. It's like, okay, you need me to film you tying your shoes? Like, no, woman. So I said, look at this edge of the grass right before you go up into your house. It's like, okay, what about it? Zoom in. It was a centipede. Now I know what you're thinking, bitch, what the fuck do you care about a centipede? If it was a normal centipede, we would not be talking about this motherfucker. There is some type of centipede, we didn't know this what it was at the time, that literally has the ability to raise up the upper half of its body and use its back legs as actual legs. But it has like claws, long leg-like claws all around its mouth, which is a hole with teeth. Scared the living shit out of me when she zoomed in on it. Now I'm gonna try to pull it up. Bro, no, I'm serious. This thing was dead ass scary as fuck. Like, I'm glad it's small because it would be disturbing if it wasn't. Like spiders. The only reason mankind hasn't eradicated spiders is because spiders aren't like 5 feet wide and 5 feet long.
Spiders are just helpful little guys.
I know you ain't talking based on what I read on your social media.
It was on me. That was different. And I still didn't kill it. Okay, no. Okay, so I live in California, right?
Yeah.
I get in my car yesterday and I feel something and I like shake my hand and I look over and what had just fallen off of my hand was a spider. I didn't know what kind at the time because like I'm fine, right? I like spiders.
There's your first mistake.
But if it's on me, I gotta know it's not one that'll like, kill me, right? And she was big. She was easily a couple inches big. Like I have a picture of her on the seat in my car. Actually, hold up. Is it? Oh no, it's not gonna let me. No, it's not gonna let me add the photo. But like big spider. She had to be old. Like at least a couple years old because she was a couple inches big and I still didn't kill her. And then I found out that she was an orb weaver. So would not have been dangerous. But it was terrifying. And then when I got her out of my car finally, after 5 minutes of looking like a crazy person standing out in the street yelling like, no, I need you to get out of my car.
5 minutes, she says.
That's not even I wish that was an exaggeration because I was standing there trying to find things to get her out of the car because I didn't want to like leave and lose it. And so I finally found like a piece of plastic from a stuffed animal that a friend gave me and was trying and she kept like moving away from it. And so I'm standing outside the car like yelling like, I need you to move. You can't be here. I need you to get out of my car. When I finally got her on the plastic, I put her on like the outside. She was still connected. She still had the silk going back to my car. So then she and I were racing to get to my car first. I won, obviously, but like I immediately hopped in the car. I hop in the car. I like shut the door and I like drive down the street because I'm like, she's connected. I can't do this. It was terrifying.
You drove away, he said, but there's no other way. I have to drive.
She was connected still. I couldn't just
you probably
risk
killed it by driving. Because what if it was like attached still, like the
No, she was still attached. That was the thing.
So you probably
know what else
killed
to do. Nah, she was big. She was fine. I don't know.
You didn't check?
No, I left. I like left. I was like, I can't do this right now.
Oh my god.
You see what I go through?
She was on me. Okay.
No, you probably would have got the same result just by killing it. You
see how much time she wasted by not murdering it?
You just would have switched it. You already killed it, but you probably killed it like way worse because it was like screaming as I was hanging on for doing.
No, because they can like release the silk, can't they?
If it wants to.
Yeah, so maybe she wanted like car starts going like, oh shit, I gotta let go.
And then it gets ran over by another car.
Nah, she was fast, and it's because this was in my neighborhood, so like.
Or eaten by a bird.
I mean, but that's not on me.
Let me ask you something, because you like pretending that, all animals are innocent. Let me send you these real quick in the pic dump.
Oh, man.
Would you honestly save those? Would you telling me if they were on you, would you honestly save those?
If it was on me, no. I've seen these before though. I leave them alone.
Well, that's a smart decision. Well, I can't find whatever bug this is, but unlike you, I made a smart decision. So what I decided to do, oh wait, that's right. We have the ability to show drawing art. Let me see if I can pull it up or draw an example of it, because I can't find this damn thing. Okay, do we all see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw them.
No, dude.
Nope, that's not it. Which one lets me draw?
The pencil?
Yeah, I clicked it, but it didn't. Fuck you! I clicked it, but it didn't fucking. I can already tell that's you drawing just to be a dick. Don't draw a dick, by the way.
Draw it. Draw it.
Don't give an asshole. God damn it. See, it's too late. Too fucking late. Okay. So I have to keep that thing up listed. So imagine a centipede, but it could stay upright like that, right?
Like I did.
I don't know.
Shut the fuck up. Damn it. So let's say this is its mouth, right? Now,
That's a weird looking.
around its mouth, it had literal fucking stick line tendrils around its mouth, and they could move independently of the rest of the body. So like they weren't stiff, they could move around like a cat with whiskers if they could move. Shit was frightening. So then I grabbed the camera from Rangiku and I slowly see this white stubby object moving in the frame. Like, what the fuck is this thing? I'm like, don't touch it. I was like, what? It's cute. I was like, no, it's not. No, the fuck it's not. I feel like it would kill my whole family if it was tall enough. Oh, I don't think so. I'm gonna name him Richard. He looks like a Richard. Woman, if you give this thing a last name, I'm gonna kill it in front of you. Why would you do that? Because you're giving me that you want to take it inside and raise it vibes. It's not a it. You know what an insect is. Yes, it's something that I put under my shoe. I swear to God, I don't think I want Robin and Rangiku to be in the same place at the same time.
Wait, are you actually talking about me now, or are you talking
Yes.
about? Okay.
I just realized, like, damn, they're a little too similar. Except Rangiku's actually cute. So, anyways, I go in there and fucking, I'm just like, I'm moving her hand slowly the fuck back. So now the thing is looking at me. I don't know if it's sizing me up, but it's moving its head up and down while standing still. It just had this.
It's definitely sizing you up,
Bro, that's what I mean.
I can take him.
Exactly.
Come on.
Bro, exactly. I was like, yeah, what you gonna do about it, boy? That's right. I'm in your girl's front fucking lawn. Like, it was just the weirdest shit. Right? Let me put some more legs on this little bastard.
He's just not scary enough. You don't.
No, he's not. 'Cause first off, he had like 8 legs. 8 legs. Then he got these little leg tendril things going around his face.
If he had 8 legs, then that's not a centipede. You were looking for the wrong species.
I don't want to know how you know that.
Because I like creepy crawly things. I had a snake.
Hey, TM3. Repeat to me what was the last thing you heard me say.
Just because you don't want to know doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you.
You've literally just described our entire relationship in one sentence.
That's hilarious.
That's depressing.
It can be both.
First off, yeah, that's true. First off,
I can do both.
First off, I don't really fear snakes. They taste too good to fear. Yeah, I said it.
No, that's fair. I've had snake.
You're just... Why is your job to fucking just like go out of your way to fuck with me? You can tell she's doing it on purpose. Not a
You know,
dick.
the funny part is that one I really wasn't. That was just a genuine response there.
So she's acknowledging that she does do it on purpose. Let the record show that. So then all of a sudden, you know, this other girl jumps off the porch and starts running holding a bat. I'm still fucking looking at whatever this monstrosity is trying to square up with me, right? And I noticed that she stops dead at Rangiku. I don't see the bat at the time. So then I see Rangiku like shaking her and doing something weird behind her back, and I just turn and look like, I don't even say hi, nice to meet you. I just go, the fuck are y'all doing? Right? And then she goes, oh, hey, this is my friend Kelly. Kelly, why don't you shake Zax's hand? And then she goes, hi, Zach. So I put her phone in my other hand and I look at the phone while I'm doing it. And then I just hear tink, clink. I don't know what the fuck happened. Later on, I found out she threw the bat under her car so I wouldn't see it. And this girl basically assumed that me taking pictures in the lawn, I was either going to kidnap or something worse to Rangiku. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, she was Caucasian, but ain't that some shit?
Hey, yo, you were about to be on the news missing, bro.
Oh yeah, you know they gonna have my body. They not gonna cop the shit.
They just gonna be like, yeah, we don't know where you went. Oh my god.
Rangiku, if you're seeing this later, I'm not apologizing. That's how I felt at the time. And, you know, I still support everything you're doing. But that was still some bullshit. And fuck Kelly. I fucking still hate Kelly.
Oh my god.
And just to be clear, a different Kelly from the one that's used to be on this show. There's too many Kellys, just like there's too many Jessicas. Thankfully, there's only one Robin. I literally think I would have a brain aneurysm if there was more than one. Anyways. So, this little bastard is squaring me up. Now, I start telling her about it. I was like, hey, do you know what the fuck this is? And she's like, no, but it looks like nightmare fuel. Thank you. So then Rangiku starts mumbling under her breath and was like, see, you get it. So, but here's shit you not. I stop recording. I give Rangiku back the camera. Shit you not. This girl starts slowly putting her finger towards it. And I'm looking at her do this because she knelt on the ground right next to me. It's like, stop doing that. What is wrong with y'all? I don't see what the problem is. Do you know if that thing is poisonous? No. Okay. Now, do you think something that small actually likes and respects humans? Probably not. So why you trying to stick your finger on it? Well, I mean, it's kind of cool when they crawl on you. Like, no, it's not. It's fucking not.
Darwinism.
A kindred soul.
I don't know what you just said. What did she say?
I'm not repeating it. Nothing. I said nothing.
You know this is being recorded,
it.
so I'm just going to hear it later. Why don't you just tell me now?
No, I'm good.
You suck.
TM3, put it in my DMs what she said. Okay. You said it at 51 minutes. Cool, got it. So, 2 more girls come out, and I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? Hey, Rangiku, are these your like sisters or something? I was like, no, we're just roommates. We got tired of the dorm. Oh, these are college homies. I was like, okay, because I'm like, why the fuck are 4 or 5 buff girls? No, 4 buff girls living in the same place at the same time. And I shit you
and
not.
they were roommates.
And they were roommates.
Yeah, you would say that, little Miss Kindred Soul. So essentially, I asked, Rangiku says out loud, and we don't make porn. I was like, so everyone stops, pauses, and looks at her. Everyone, like me included, the guy who walked by who wasn't technically in the conversation. And she just goes, what? And I immediately got glad I put on my coat. Because I promise you, before I stood up, let's just say I was way further along than half mast. It also didn't help that all of them were in shorts and or skirts. That's not fair.
It's not fair.
You can't be doing that and having 6 to 8 pack. It was a combination, bare minimum 24 pack. That's not fair. So they started telling me, oh, is this the guy? Like, yeah. And then she brings up the old story that happened at GameWorks. Now, fucking, I'm just sitting up here like, okay, well, hey, why are we still outside? We can go in now? Well, I kind of want to see this doomsday bug. I just like how the more time passes, the worse this thing's nicknames get. And they all start laughing. And all of a sudden, Rangiku goes, hey, I can probably lift you now. I was like, that's weird, Rangiku. I didn't ask you that, right? So, she says, let me try. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Now, she's a midget. This goes without saying, but she's in some thick boots. So I'm like, okay, I probably won't have my head scrape the ground. And I was like, hey, whatever happens, don't fucking drop me. I was like, okay. So she puts me over her shoulder. Really, I just like stand next to her shoulder and I just fucking lean. And here's the bug again. It moved over to where my head was. And it started standing up and looking up and down again. I was like, this nigga trying to fucking box with me. It was the weirdest shit. So I was like, hey, y'all just saw this thing move when I moved, right? He's like, yeah, it was kind of weird. So then all I hear is, why is there a bat next to the car? So I look over there. I see ankle and a piece of a bat. I was like, oh, that's weird. Well, hey, you guys got a free aluminum bat. I'm not putting two and two together that her friend Kelly almost took me out with a fucking bat because she thought I was somebody I wasn't. Right? So then she starts doing squats with me and I was like, oh yeah, this is really impressive. And I immediately regretted that too, because now I have to angle myself to where I make absolutely sure she can't feel my boner against her body. And I don't look like some insecure little punk bitch for saying, no, I don't want you to lift me no more. Because first off, a woman who can physically pick me up does not bother me. If your masculinity is centered on a woman being able to pick you up, how masculine are you really? So then our friend is like, why do you get to do that? I want to try. I want to go. And now I have to figure out if I chicken out of this, because I just keep feeling the blood flowing to a place I don't want it to flow right now. If I chicken out, is Rangiku going to tell our collective friends? Or are they just going to think that I'm bored and don't have an interest in it? While I'm doing this, Rangiku's glasses pops off her face, right? And she kneels down, not even 2 inches, fucking busts my head upside down on the side of the cement where it goes into the grass. The worst place to get hit with cement, the edge. Right? Bro, I fucking rolled on the goddamn ground. And they were like, why did you do that? Hey, are you okay? Do you want ice? And I was like, yes. And I'm looking at Ring Geek and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, and I'm rolling on the ground. Right? And I sit up and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, thank God she made me mad, because now I'm one of those people like, well, I mean, TM3, you know, when you're angry, it's hard to stay hard, for lack of a better term. So the blood was flowing 2 different places, and eventually I was able to get it to a point where it would easily be able to be hid. But I had to sacrifice looking like I'm angrier at Rangiku than I actually am. So I go in, we hang out. I don't get a free dinner, but I do get a free pizza. And, you know, I let them all lift me. But every time someone got done lifting me, I went into the bathroom, made sure I looked in the mirror, made sure I was invisible, and I popped back out. Right? So eventually, I feel like it's time for me to go. Rangiku pays me back more than she needed to for the pants. And I leave out the door, right? And then first thing I hear is, oh, your friend's really cool. Yeah, he's really good at hiding his boner.
Huh?
Oh no.
The level of psychological torture a statement like that does to a man. Because remember,
You knew.
I was hiding it, and I was trying to hide it, and I kept a poker face. I'm very good at keeping a poker face around hot women. Like, if I could put Robin, you, and someone else on like an American Idol panel, and then y'all just show me pictures of drop dead gorgeous women, I promise you, I would have the best poker face on. And you know, Robin would have something to aspire to. So anyways, now what ends up happening is I just walk down the staircase and I face palm so hard and I feel so embarrassed. I get in the lift car and he's like, oh, hey, you live there? I was like, what if I do? No. Listen, I actually live in this area. Like I'm like across I'm across the alley on the other side. I could have sworn it was like a bunch of college girls. I was like, I don't know who all lived there. I only hung out with one person. I'm not saying this dude's an asshole, but I'm not making it my fault if this dude breaks into there later or kidnaps somebody or some shit, right? And he goes, oh, okay.
Right.
So then I lean back and he asked me, so where you from? And first thing I see, my right eye, that little bastard ass nightmare bug was fucking on my glasses, took over the entire right eye. I threw my glasses to the front of the car. They bounced off the front windshield or the front glass and landed on this dude and was like, are you okay, bro? He looks at my glasses. What the fuck is that? And then he starts swerving and shit and he pulls over and hits the brakes. Right? And then he gets out the car and he just starts stomping that thing to death. I was like, bless this man. I was like, wait, bro, are you stomping my glasses too? I was like, no. I was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, bro, I don't know. That motherfucker squared up on me. But it was the last thing he ever did. And
Oh shit.
yeah. That's why you don't make friends with ugly bugs. Did you learn anything, Robin?
Bugs are only ugly if you think they're ugly. A lot of chill. You can just like be friends and it's fine.
Just say
He's like,
you
he's
have no
so
riz
nothing.
without saying you have no riz.
Excuse me. I do too.
She had to think about it. Note, she had to think
Well,
about it.
okay. No, I was debating if I was going to say it, but it doesn't feel right for me to say it. Like, it's just not a part of my vernacular. Ooh.
Now, you know damn well that makes us want to hear it even more.
Yeah, and that means I'm not saying it even more.
The one person who's literally
Do
never
it,
been a cock tease
do it.
is somehow a cock tease. That's got to be a paradox. So yeah, fuck all species of, what did you say that was called? You said it's not a centipede. What the fuck is it? Maybe
If it only had 8 legs, then it's a type of arachnid.
it was a long caterpillar looking motherfucker. Oh wait, maybe it was a caterpillar. About to Google that shit now. I hate that I have to give myself nightmare fuel for a fucking video. Caterpillar with teeth? Maybe that was it?
Whiskers.
Okay, first off, whiskers don't have the ability to move like that.
Mandibles.
Huh. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try to look that up. Why do I feel like you've already looked up some shit like that before?
Specifically.
You ever just not know somebody and immediately think, I never want to see your porn history?
For not knowing somebody?
Yeah, someone you don't know. You just don't know them, but you immediately think, man, I do not want to see their porn history.
I never really thought about that, but
My entire
We
job
don't want to know. We don't want to know.
centers around being around people whose porn history I probably don't want to know.
Oh, that was the most PG-13 way that could have ended. I'm not disturbed by that. In fact, I think that, you know, it's kind of an inevitability. There are caterpillars with teeth on their back. What the fuck? These are legitimately scarier than the motherfucker I bumped into.
damn.
Bro, that thing looks like a damn porcupine and it's a caterpillar? Okay, some of these I feel like I should be able to kill on principle. Oh my god, I'm not even putting this in the... Well, it'll be in the Google video, not the Spotify... I mean the YouTube video, not the Spotify video. I'm not even putting these things on fucking screen. Oh my god. Fucking nightmare fuel. Okay, so... TM3, any questions?
No.
Little Miss No Riz, any questions?
Nah.
Are you actually 27?
Me?
I
Yeah.
never.
Okay, I know you two aren't born in the same year. You're a year apart, right?
Yeah.
TM3.
I said earlier I was 28.
TM3. What month are you?
1997. Oh, you said 1 month.
Yes, a month.
Whoops. August. I'm seeing
Oh, are
people
you a
asking the year.
Virgo?
No, I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay.
See, when women say shit like that, that's already scary. What month are you?
Me?
Yes. Zodiac
May.
Queen. May. Good. Stay the fuck away from Pisces.
Oh.
Okay. Let me go and close this out. All right. With that being said, this brings our very, very irregular swole girl conversation to a close. With that being said, I will see you guys when I see you guys.